Now we're going to put the sleeve in. Make sure you put the right sleeve in the right armhole, etc. And how you know how that works is you've got the snip here. That snip has to face the front. So I know this one here goes on that side. And then I'm going to pin this in from the inside. So you can just hold that there if you like. That's how I do it. But of course, you find your own way. And the first thing to do is to put a pin in here, so we have the underarm seam on top of each other, and I go to the top and I find my snip in here and I put the snip from my sleeve on there. So that is my shoulder done. Beautiful. Next step, I'm going to put the sleeve in at the lower end here. And that goes in flat. That doesn't mean tight like this. That means you nicely round it with your fingers. Yep, so it's just sits in there nicely. Not tight, just like, you know, just right. And then I'm going to take my 2 bobbin threads here, just the 2, and I'm going to pull it until it fits. There we go. Then I'm going to pull it out again. That was a bit much. And I can now pin the rest of the sleeve all the way up to the top. It's really simple with puff sleeves because you don't have any ease in it, and you can just like go and pop it in. There we go. Do the same on the other side. There we go. Pull your bobbin threads again, your gather threads. There we are. Oops, also too much. There we are. And again, we'll just pin that. Rough edges on rough edges. Cool. Can take this one back out now, and I can distribute them so that they're nicely over that point and even. Sometimes the top one doesn't quite gather enough. We also have that with the door stuff, so you just give the top one a little bit of a tuck, look like that, and then it goes in much better. Grab the tape measure, and then we can have a quick look here. From snip, that's my snip. Actually, I should leave that pin in so you can see it better. So that's my shoulder here. I want to make sure that my gathers are distributed evenly on either side. So that's about 4.5, and that's, well, not quite 4.5. So what I'm going to do is bring this up a bit. And most of all, I'm going to have a look from the outside. Oh, so pretty. And have a look at it. Let's see if, oh, look at this. That's not good, is it? So that needs fixing. I need to have a look at that again. Apart from that, that looks really good. I'm just going to have to see what was going on here. Ah, that's my gather threads here. They were a bit tight. So always check your work. Yeah, there we are. Always check. Because it doesn't matter how often you've done something, it's so easy to make a little mistake. Oh, it's so cute. I just love it. Look at that. All right. Put it over my arm and have a look at it. See if I think that's good. Or if I want a few more of the gathers to come a bit further to the front. I don't think so. I think that's nice. So let's go in again and check this to make sure that they are even. There we go. And that was about 4.5 to either side. Actually, it's only 4. Yeah, so 4 centimeters to either side. So I need to make sure that I do the other side exactly the same. It's really important that you always work from the inside and that you start on a bit that's really flat. Don't start at the seam at the bottom. Don't start at where you have the gathers. Start somewhere, you know, before you get to that. Keep moving your sleeve around, sticking to that seam allowance. Move the fabric around so that it's fed in straight into your sewing machine. Right, so when I get to my gathers, I can now also just do like little mini checks and make sure that they sit really well. Hold them down so they don't push and go over them. And the next bit. This is a really good time to do this because you have got tension here and you can use that pin to make it absolutely perfect. I always do that. It's my final little check. Right, I'm holding them down. There we are. Whoops. Almost missed that needle. There we are. And down there. Can't wait to pull all these threads out. There's too many of them there. Oh, that's good. Really nice. Yep, I think that's good. The next step is to iron your seam flat. When you iron a seam for a sleeve, you always just want to iron in here, okay, with lots of steam. Move it around, and we've got a puff sleeve, so we don't want to iron those flat too much. So I'm just gonna do the right tip there, just the tip. Move it around. And iron your seam flat. That gives you a really nice result. You do not need to iron it any different way. This is how it's done. Now we can finish off the cuff. Now that's really cute as well. What we want to do is turn the cuff up fully here. So there's just a tiny bit standing over. You can put a pin in there just so it holds it before you go to the sewing machine. And then I've seen a lot of people just turn this up all the way to the side. And although you can do that, I don't think it's actually that nice. I like it about 1 centimeter down like that. So it's not quite as wide. And when you look on the inside, or you get a glimpse of the inside, you actually see this turned up and not, you know, a nasty little seam. So that makes it look a little bit classier, I think. So what we're going to do now is just to iron this little bit here, and we're almost done with our super duper blouse. This really is nice. I hope you enjoy this course. I think there's a lot to be learned here, isn't there? So I now can stitch in the ditch here on both sides, and my sleeves are in and finished. To get in here really well, we need to turn the blouse inside out. And now we're just going to stitch right in the ditch here where the seam is, so it's completely invisible. And there we go.